job and the load is much, just told the woman, please, let me just be carrying your bag. So sometimes you've got to be humble and do some things that ordinarily you may not want to do. I've seen people who walk into an establishment and say, I'm ready to work for you for 6 months without pay, and you're genuine about it. It might be a private organization or whatever. There are some, you need to go abroad. Possibly your family friends are there and they are inviting you. They saw opportunities, not that you are pestering them, because anytime I get abroad, 80% of my resources that I take abroad, I use it to take care of young, brilliant chaps who left this country with the hope of a better life, but who do not have the courage to come back home because of shame. I have to exhaust everything I have to pay some of their house rents. There was one of my family friends I have to go and visit. I busted into tears in England. I said, this is where you are living. I just started crying. He was even a squatter with a squatter in England. They won't tell you. Sometimes you can't even access them on the phone. You switch off and change their numbers. They are frustrated. And some are mad. Some are in jail. So don't get frustrated. Please keep trying. Every opportunity to see, go to associations. And the best platform, I keep saying, is chambers and associations, where you meet people. On Instagram, no, not Instagram, LinkedIn. For those of you on LinkedIn, on a regular basis, advertisement, privately share. You just put it there. Don't be tired. Just keep on. So that's the only thing I will give you. And then sometimes you can walk up to some people and then ask for, if you have a very good business idea, or you have a very convincing proposal, put it on the table, and somebody might be willing to support you. So this is just my submission. It's really tough, but like I said, just keep weathering it, and God will help.
Thank you very much. Let's dance together. All right, some questions have been coming in, so if I don't take your question, it's possible that Dr. Ayo has dealt with the question while he was talking. But a few questions are here. I said, sir, can you please explain how I can build the talent for networking before you or after you join the club? Yes. Before? Said before you or after joining the club. I mean, we're talking about talent for networking and how he or she can build of that talent. So, join the club, maybe she's talking about the associations. Because I know you talked about the club. Yes. The club was synonymous to being in the league of the people that matter. So, how does she need to build that kind of networking to be able to eventually join the club?
Thank you very much. Any discipline you find yourself, just Google it. Professional bodies or associations, chambers, or professional bodies around your choosing field of career. It might be accounting, you just Google it, or in business admin, it might be for chemists, it might be what are the organizations and associations in Nigeria. If you want to start from your domain, you can just Google it and find out if you're a cost manager, if you're an accountant, if you're a physicist, if you're even medical doctors. They have platforms, they have associations, they have bodies that regulate them, and those bodies call for meetings on periodic, times and all that. So just look at them and then find out there are some you can join free. By the virtue of being a member, or maybe an ICANN member, you automatically meet with all the groups. They give you a lot, and there are some. The ones that I know are very much impactful are the ones that will take some little dough from your pocket, because you might need to join those ones. Those ones are exclusive, and that is where the major players come. And that, I remember, I was a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management when I was looking for platforms. And I was also a member of the Nigerian Britain Association, Nigerian American Chamber of Commerce, Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce, Nigerian Spanish Association, Institute of Entrepreneurs, and the rest of that. But I discovered something. The one that are associated with my professional bodies is for general, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And most times what we pay is just annual subscription. So it's not really the thing. But the very moment I join the one that will take extra pay from your pocket, like 150, 100,000 or something like that, that's where I started seeing people that I've never seen before. The only time I see those guys, now listen, those guys, those disruptors, those innovators, those outstanding people that I find seated with me in associations and chambers, when I go to our professional bodies meeting, like NIN, I only find them on the IT. And when they finish, protocol and police will end them and they won't even interface with us. But in the ones that I pay for, the Nigerian Britain Association, that is where I saw the High Commissioner to Britain in Nigeria. And I saw the Consular General who will be sitting down like this sharing cake. He will even be the one, you want some cup of orange? And then you do your suit like this, from like Gigi, you know. And then you say, I don't mind, sir. Oh, great. You like it? It's all right. You want coffee? No, sorry, I'm all right. Because you also have to, because by the time they give you everything, and you are I know one professor, he went to me and said, what is this man? He just came to me when I was standing. Doctor, have you benefited? I said, I'm okay. He said, we waste all our money now. And we pay that. Eat everything. Everybody knew when we are going for food. You will eat everything, salad, coleslaw, everything. So, but there, you have to move from the non-living to the living thing, like and you start, pretending a bit, positive pretense, and then I'll ask, it was there, I told the High Commissioner one day, I said, sir, it's painful that a newly married, the husband will have a visa and the wife will not have. I don't know the crime that you didn't give my wife visa. He said, you mean she didn't have a visa? I said, yes, she doesn't have a visa. And then the High Commissioner told me, don't mind those young boys and girls that sit on those desks in the embassy. Their decisions final. Even me, I cannot reverse it. Except if I give a recommendation ahead of the interview. Even when they get a recommendation, they can still turn up to you and say, sir, I beg to disagree. This man can't go to the UK, he's not qualified. He said, well, don't worry. They called the Consular General in my presence and said, exchange cards. And then that was the connection. And the rest is history. My wife got the visa. Made it possible on that platform. 100,000 naira. If it will take you to go and do a compound job to get that, that's where you function. I'm telling you. If you're even looking for a job, just look for chemist platforms in Nigeria, associations, chamber. They will come out. They those instruments are your hand. No TikTok. Not Facebook. Sometimes Facebook is even becoming everything now. Except once in a while you get something. And you use the whole time you have to sit on non-essentials. Look for the real thing. I looked for it. It was rough. I looked for it. And that's exactly what I did. So my counsel to you is please look for those associations. We can chat. We can chat. I can share my email. I can share any platform we can talk on after this. Then I recommend to you, some of those platforms you can go to and then subscribe. You may not get what you want immediately, but on the long run, when they know you as a member, in fact, the next thing they will do for you, at the time, I was a very young boy, and then the president of the Nigerian Media Association walked up to me and said, Mr. Ayo, you're a very active member. I said to myself, why wouldn't I be an active member? Somebody that is looking for something. He said, would you like me to nominate you on the board of this association? I said, God, I thank you. And then I said, I wouldn't mind. And then the next thing I got a mail that I have just been nominated to the board of the Nigerian Britain Association. And the person who nominated me is the president of council. And so it was just an easy run. And they congratulated me. Do you know where our meeting point is as governing council member? It was in the embassy, the UK embassy in Nigeria. And so I go to Lagos every Wednesday. I drive my small 206 car, very minor. I will park it far. I will come out with my suit. Because there are some areas where they are in commissioner park. They are yellow, very big. I will park it afar. I don't want to compete with anybody. I'm looking for something. So I will put on, I will freshen up very well, then I will enter. And then I sit down, the youngest in the council. And the next person to me was the chairman of Vitafo. Vitafo, the chairman was sitting beside me. Seated beside me is the deputy chairman of Nestle Nigerian PLC. And I'm looking for a lift. These people, you will hear when. And so when it's time to, I just come up like, and I thank God for gray hair. My father has gray, and I covet it, and God gave me. So many people will think I am in my 50s or 55. They didn't know I was 30. I beg my gray hair to come out. And some of them will even bow to me like this. I will bow back, and then we will start conversation. So what do you do? I'm into this, I'm into that. And we're not buying your product. Sir, I don't know why you're not. Let me call my MD. Let me call my MD now. And they call the MD of Vitafo. One of my governing council member, he didn't say my small boy or my brother Baba was in his 70s there. But the way he will present me to the MD will be expecting a king. So the day I went to see the MD, I dressed super. I came down, I went upstairs. They said, so where have you been? Chairman said we should buy your car. You know, at that level, his command. When the chairman said, how many do you want to buy? We are buying for them. I was catching my dough. When I get those money, you know what I do? I go back to oil the wheel. Those Baba will not know. When I travel, I will buy them good perf, nice wristwatch. You know, so those big men, they don't need your money. But they need, you look on Mont Blanc pen, and you buy it for them. I say, Daddy, I just traveled and I go, my good boy. Mama, sign check. Every time they put it on them, they remember it. But I don't forget that they are both gurus and they are fathers. So every time I go down, because there's some kind of familiarity that will come together and then you just forget yourself. But every time I remember, Ori Ojinos Ese. And so with that, they draw me near. And then the next time in the association, I was just there. And then they said, look, you are following us to President Musaya Radua. I just come to power, and he has written in Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce that he will be going on his first presidential visit to England, and he wants businessmen to go with him. So our own chamber is among them. So we need some people. I think about 3 or 4 of us. But I was a good boy to the chairman of council, and so he said, I said, Daddy, you asked me whether I want to go. Daddy, next time when you hear or you see opportunity, don't ask me. Put my name there. And he said, Secretary, come here. This man is going to follow us. It was a wonderful experience. In the aircraft, Virgin Atlantic to London, that's where Tony Elumelu was. The oil and gas, great, those boys, they are driving Nigeria. When they go like this, Nigerian church calls. They beg like this. They can hold us to ransom. Do you see what they are talking? Productive things in the plane when they are there. I went to the business class. I went down to them. One man saw me. He's now a king in Ondo State. He used to be a great player in the oil industry. He said, Ayo, what do you mean? Daddy, only came telling me. Where are you going? I know you'll be stammering. Not that you cannot talk, but you don't want to prove. So I said, the president is on a mission, and then our chamber, they said we should come along. You want to know that? You know why the man is feeling somehow? I happen to be a close friend to his son. And then he said, the man is thinking in his mind, I'll be sitting around with my son's friend. How come? That's what God can do through those platforms. And I got there. When they asked me to come, I said, I will go to the back. I'm begging, they will force me to the front. I will not go and take seats with those people. Even when they offer you, your bum will be burning on the chair. So they will come and come here, this is your seat. Come here. And when I'm there, okay. You know, when you get to your environment, you can. I know some people, you cross legs. When you'll be looking at this arrogant boy, where are you coming from? Why those cool temper? And then listen to them talk. The next thing, they'll be sharing car, they will give me, I'll look at it. mobile number there, you're in trouble. And then we take pictures together. When I get those pictures, that's another area. You will pay for that. We'll have a conference, you have to pay to enter. I will teach you. One of my sisters is looking at me now. Those of you have good records, pictures, information, or encounter with deciders and great players in the industry. Don't keep it in your file. Send it to the world. Right? It will make a statement. Hey! Mr. Koijo, Commissioner for Education in Lagos, it's enough. I'll do business with you. But some of them want to do business with you. They are looking for people to hold responsible. Before you can begin to fraternize with this person, this guy has a pedigree. Let me do something with him. And the day you fumble, you will be surprised. That's why if you are in the terrain of the disruptors and the reformers and the innovators, don't misbehave. It will be a colossal, heavy, terrible fall. You might go off for life, you will not recover. Because the damage will be huge. They will just be calling. It's a network of friends. It defrauded me of 1 million. I'm not doing business with you. They are calls. Finish. Your story is finished. But you are good to A, good to B. When they get to their club, places you can't go because you are a Christian, as they are drinking, we were going to make him the next DG of that agency. That's where they finish your matter. You come and carry in the house at Tuesday meeting or Saturday workers meeting and ask you to come and become a commissioner of this. And you don't know where they finish your matter. So please continue and strive and God will help you in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for that. Okay, there are so many other questions coming, but because of time, we have a whole lot that have been said. But this online question, let me take it from somebody watching from us online. Please, since we're streaming this, we have people from the US, Pennsylvania, we have people from Texas, Ohio, people from Italy and Netherlands connecting to the Confab. They were all members of the Confab in Lagos before they all had opportunity to travel out of the country. This is how do I break free from self-limiting thoughts that keep you from reaching greater heights?
How did you get that question?
Yeah, how do you break free from self-limiting thoughts that keep you from reaching to greater heights?
Thank you very much. Whoever must have written that question, I congratulate you for being part of this event today. And when we're talking in the morning, we said we're taking you on a voyage, and that's exactly what we did. We're taking you out of those self-limiting thoughts to a realm where you believe in yourself, believe in your God, and believe in everything around you. We don't need to say more. We don't need to say more. My counsel to you is work on yourself. You make up your mind. There is a drive. Something must drive you. If you have seen failure before, you have seen poverty. I was raised in a jungle. That Agege I told you. There is Agege, there's Agege again. I was raised in Agege. When you talk about Agege, you have some areas that are GRA. But we're talking of living in the midst of bad boys, badly raised, with dirty lifestyle. That's where we're raised. So when we remember those things, and then suddenly there's a drive, I want to be different. I want to change my world. I want to turn the situation around for every member of my family, and I want to be a blessing to the world. That drive, the moment you put your leg on the accelerator of your life, you yourself, you don't even care about yourself anymore. You will be moving at the top speed. It's only the people that you are carrying that will be shouting, hey! Have you ever been on such trip before? When someone, don't come out, the man on the steering wheel, you can't die, let's go. It's what, when we travel, my children will say, let us go on London High. I say, not me. Not me. So what they said, so that is also so fearful like this. We are the children, we don't want to be fearful. I talked to myself, I said, look at you, you are disappointing me. So one day, I just told them, we're going. When we got there, they started shouting. They started shouting. Me, I was doing the shouting inside. I said, Lord, if you can bring me down. But they were not seeing it on my face. But then they were holding me. I said, but you said we should come. No, you have to enjoy it. In fact, this thing has to go round again. I will tell you, it must not go round. But I am praying you should stop too. The point I'm saying is, you get to a point in your life that you put your leg, you get on the driver's seat, and you sign. You give you a paper to sign, say, self-limiting factors, whatever setbacks, challenges I say. Look, I have so many 1001 reasons why I cannot make it. Everything around me was negative. Very negative. How do you fix this, brothers and sisters? You have a learned father, an exposed father. You have working in a very good company in the 80s, when money means a lot. And you cannot point to anywhere that money is going to. And you are still living in misery. Sometimes I will sit down and say, God, what is this? I don't have an explanation to it. And they don't bond me well to go and face my father and say, Daddy, what is happening to you? Is anything doing you? I can't say that. So I have to resort to talk to myself. If I get to a point in my life to change this whole dynamics, oh my, I will change it. I started talking. Suddenly, the drive came. I don't even look at it. I was focused. I knew that tomorrow will be better. If tomorrow seems difficult, I will fight tomorrow. It will get to a point. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. When these children of, these three Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were to be thrown into the lion's den, they got to a point. They said, God, these are no problem. They said, let's see whether your God will do that. God will do that. But at a point, they said, even if, we're talking about it, what even if He will not deliver us? He will never. That's the kind of spirit that I'm talking about. That even if tomorrow comes, and He said, sorry, see the flash, the part of your father, that is the same part. I will throw my clothes and fight tomorrow. That's the kind of drive. And so when I got to that point, I knew. So I'm speaking today to Moses. You are going to be the Moses of your family. Amen. You will be the Moses of your generation. Amen. Just close your eyes and face it alone. Anytime those thoughts come, every member of our family died at 40. Good luck to them, not me. Oh, you cannot. When you finish to make money, you don't be making money, throw it into basket. That is there. That's a lot. It's not me. And you go out. See, as you are fighting tomorrow with your drive, with your passion, remember, you fight tomorrow with your knees. I said it the other time. Those things doesn't happen, especially for those of us that come from this dark part of the world. There are enemies at every doorstep and doorpost. So, just face it. And then be prayerful. Face it. Don't get yourself involved in things that God or situations can turn it back to you. Don't get it. I have seen little. I've not seen it all, but I've seen little of life. But in the midst of it, I did not forget my God. The man behind your success, the man behind the drive, the man to kill those limiting thoughts and give you, by the time he does it and you're now becoming better, and then you now go, God, go and sit down. No, you must stick to God. Please, don't get welfare and forget your Creator. Don't. Keep to Him and also keep going. And be smart. Be very, very smart. Smart guys get a lot of things done. Christianity doesn't kill smartness. Smartness in its entirety does not mean being dubious or cutting corners. But go and get the meaning of smartness in the positive sense of it. When you are smart, you navigate. I have a captain in Nigeria Airways. They call him a smart captain. They call them Bravo. Whenever they stop, they like, Captain Bravo. This one they call him Smart Captain. And I asked why they call him Smart. He was a retired Air Force jet flyer. What stands him out is he's an expert in navigating storms. I was in his plane day when he was going to Canaan. The storm, you'll be seeing the storm, the lightning, even in the plane, bah! But somebody told me, one of the cabin crew members there, Captain, he mentioned his name, is smart. Smart. He hits and dies with the clouds. He understands the mysteries of the storms. He knows where to take, he knows how to do it. Otherwise, they will just hit it back and the plane will crash, or they have issues. You've got to be smart. There are things people do. Just with your smart brain telling, okay, we have advisors, we have people around some powers that be, and then when the power that be run into crisis and they can't figure out certain things, they will call smart men. And they will say, they will wake them up in the middle of the night and say, oh boy, I am stranded here, I'm stranded here. Oh yeah, play your chess. And then you play your chess. Smartness. We'll talk about smartness one day when we have the time. Some of us are not smart. We are dumb. We're just using that. And then everybody will be taking it. No. When we're in church, we're in church. Even in church, you've got to be smart sometimes. If you are not smart, you'll be in trouble. Sometimes you've got to be smart. Don't be cunning. It's a conference on its own. Don't be cunning. Because some people, Brian just said it. It's smart. But it's not cunning. But smartness is something decent, but it's calculative. You think ahead of your peer, you know how to get it done, and be real objective about it. Don't let us talk about that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ayo. Let's put our hands together for this powerful session. My key takeaway here is that a whole lot of us can go on to become wherever we want to be in God. And I know that as he was speaking, a lot of things are happening to us where we are. There's mind shift, there's confidence building, there's a whole lot of reassurance on the inside. And also, he talked about his very humble beginnings, and so it tells you that no matter the challenging background you have, that's not an excuse not to get to the summit of your success. Dr. Ayo, thank you very much for being here today on this session. Thank you for inspiring us. I know that after this time, we will go back and become the champions and the pacesetters that God has designed us to be. Please let's put together for Dr. Ayo for that. If you're really blessed, show some love, show some love. Thank you very much, sir. So grateful. Thank you very much. So this interview, while we get ready for the impartation session.